Hello everyone! Welcome back to Wisdom Academy PH. Again, I'm Onil Domingo, your teacher for Basics of Graphic Design. And today, ang pag-uusapan naman natin ay about the elements of design. So, let's start. So, in elements of design, we need to answer these two questions. So, number one, what makes up design? Ano ba yung mga building blocks na ginagamit natin para bumuo ng isang design? And how do we use these elements to make effective design? So, paano natin ginagamit yung interaction ng mga different elements na to sa paggawa ng isang design na ma-achieve yung goals na sinet mo? So, let's begin. First element that we have is the line. So, the line connects two or more points and or refers to the linear marks made with the brush or pen. Anything na dalawang dot na kinonect mo ay isang line. And we have different kinds of lines. Kung pahiga, we call it horizontal. Pag patayo, we call it vertical. If it is inclined or in an angle, call it an angled or diagonal lines. And we also have curved lines. So each of these lines ay merong iba-ibang uses na pwede nating gamitin sa paggawa ng ating design. So for instance, sa picture na to, although hindi explicitly line yung makikita ninyo, it follows hidden lines na horizontal. So, ito yung horizon mismo. And these rocks. And more of these rocks. Ang ini-infer ng horizontal lines ay stability, calmness, and overall parang peaceful look. Usually, ginagamit to kapag may mga landscapes ka, ganyan. Ayun, usually sa mga landscapes. Next, here, makikita naman natin yung use ng vertical lines. So, vertical lines, as we can see in this picture, denotes integrity, power, strength, and many others, usually sa mga cityscapes such as this. Next, we have angled lines or diagonal lines. So, diagonal lines, connotation niya ay movement. As we can see dito sa example na South for Winter, it's a train na mas may dating yung movement niya kapag naka-incline siya than horizontal. So, if you want something to emphasize movement, it's better to use diagonal lines than horizontal lines. Next, we have our curved lines. So, curved lines denote flow or smooth transitions, as we can see in this poster. So, next element that we have ay shape. Ang basic definition ng shape ay any two-dimensional enclosed object. So, as we can see in this background, so yun yung mga usual shapes natin, mga triangles, squares. Though, hindi rin naman limited sa ganun. We have two kinds of shapes. First ay geometric. Geometric yung mga na-mention natin kanina. You know, the circles, squares, triangles. Usually, if they follow a rigid format, it's usually geometric shapes. So, ang clue na lang din natin, ito yung mga nakikita natin sa mga problem sets natin sa geometry, ganyan, the basic shapes. And then, we have the organic shapes. Organic shapes are yung mga shapes na makita natin sa surroundings natin. So, for instance, pwedeng dahon, pwedeng flowers, and usually ito yung mga shapes na mas natural and mas available sa surroundings natin. So here's a good example ng paggamit ng shape. So as we can see here, they're very big geometric figures lang naman talaga. Especially yung nasa right, this one. So you can see here, isa lang siyang rectangle na dinrawingan ng edges. Ito, isa siyang rectangle na dinrawingan ng edges here. So that it will look like a boat. And then, ito, yung babang side pa, ginamit pa siya to illustrate another smaller boat. So, yun. Ang ganda lang. So, next element that we have is size. Size refers to the relationship of the area occupied by an object as compared to another. Sa size, malalaman natin yung relative distance ng isang object sa isa pang object. So, for instance, yung nasa foreground mo, kung ano yung nasa harap, yun yung usually dapat na mas malaki. And kung ano yung nasa likod, yun yung dapat na mas maliit or mas obscured sa vision natin. Pero in graphic design, mas may control tayo over those matters, as we can see in these examples. First example ko, nahirapan kasi ako maganap, ito na lang. This is the traditional notion ng size. This is the Last Supper. As we can see, yung foreground ay sila, the apostles and si Jesus, sa table na to. Ito yung foreground, ito yung pinakaharap. Sila yung pinaka-prominent figures. And the more you go to the back, the more na lumiliit yung mga objects as calculated by the distance ng foreground sa background until umabot ka dito sa mountain sa dulo na they are relatively small. That's one example. So, in graphic design, mas may freedom tayo to determine yung sizes ng elements natin. Kung ano yung gusto nating i-emphasize, yun yung lalakihan natin. As shown here. So, si Julie Andrews yung mas malaki here kasi siya yung bida. And yung mga nasa likod niya ay mga supporting characters. And sa mga prominent din to sa iba pang mga movie posters. Kung sino yung bida, kung sino yung highlight ng story, sila yung pinakamalaki. And then, yung the rest of the ensemble. We can also use size then in a more abstract way, as we can see in this advertisement. If hindi gaano kita, may mga coffee stain marks sa dulo ng pages na to. It says na, kaya ganyan yung naisip nila advertisement for an XL coffee is, naglatag sila ng papel, tapos pinatong nila yung coffee doon. Gusto nila i-emphasize na ganyang kalaki yung coffee. So next element that we have is texture. Texture is the physical quality of a surface. So makikita natin na kinda isa to sa mahirap ma-achieve, pero isa to sa magagandang techniques na malaman. So ang dapat mong gawin for texture is, dapat maparamdam mo sa audience mo kung ano yung feeling ng isang object kahit di nila ito hinahawakan. So here are some examples. This is an artwork for the Oscars. Isa tong variation ng Oscars trophy. And ang feel ng Oscar trophy ay glossy, bright, shining gold, parang ganun. Kahit na random pieces of lines lang siya, ganyan. Na-achieve nung artist na mapa-feel sa atin kung ano yung texture pag hinawakan mo yung isang Oscar trophy na feeling ko ay madulas. Next ay this advertisement from Heinz. So napa-feel nung poster na to, slogan nila na no one grows ketchup like Heinz kasi ang message yata nila here ay natural yung mga tomatoes. Tapos, napa-feel pa nila yon gamit yung slices ng tomato na mukhang soft talaga sa bottle na to. And the last element that we have is color. So, color is the different wavelengths of light reflected from objects. Kung ano mang makita natin sa surroundings natin na color, yun ay mga nag-bounce off na light from that object. Di ko muna to i-elaborate kasi i-discuss din naman natin to sa susunod na chapter. But here's an example. This is a Lego ad called Imagine. Puro rectangles lang naman siya, puro Lego blocks lang naman siya. Pero by color, ma-identify natin yung characters na pinaparating nung artist. So, sa example na to, it's The Simpsons. Kahit na same shapes lang siya, because of color, mas na-identify natin kung ano yung meaning na pinaparating nung gumawa. So, that's it for the elements of design. As we saw from the examples kanina na marami tayong pwedeng gawin or i-try out pag gumagawa na tayo ng mga artworks natin. And maraming possibilities paggamit ng mga elements of design na na-mention natin. Sana may mga natutunan kayo and thank you. Bye!
Thank you very much for watching this video lecture made by Wisdom Academy PH. If you want to join our mission of providing high-quality educational videos for all Filipinos free of charge, then please consider supporting Wisdom Academy PH by contributing or donating to the following accounts. Kung interesado naman kayo maging parte ng aming organisasyon bilang isang volunteer educator upang makapagbahagi at makapagturo sa mga taong nangangailangan, then please proceed to this link. If you like this video, then please hit the thumbs up. And if you want more educational videos like this, then please subscribe to Wisdom Academy PH and hit the notification bell for more updates. Watch and learn. God bless, and see you on the next one.